Today we're taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts First Order Stormtrooper TR-8R figure. So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Darrh19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts TR-8R figure, or First Order Stormtrooper Baton and Shield set. Now, he is a web exclusive, so he is a little bit harder to get, and I think he is slightly more expensive, but it is just a reuse of the original First Order Stormtrooper, but this one has some different accessories. And he is my favorite trooper from The Force Awakens. He was the one that said "traitor" and was fighting against Finn when Finn first got the lightsaber. So really cool looking figure, and I do like it more than the original Stormtrooper, even though it's the same thing. I do like the accessories more. But anyway, let's get into the review and start off with the packaging for TR-8R. So we get some similar style packaging, just like all the other SH Figuarts Star Wars figures, but the main difference, as you can see, we do get images of the figure on the front of the box instead of a window, because it is a web exclusive, so I guess they wanted to switch up the packaging, but it does look pretty cool. The main colors of the box is black with some white and red mixed in it. On the left says Star Wars SH Figuarts, and some other stuff in small words. And then the right says from the new film Star Wars The Force Awakens. We do get the images of TR-8R right there, so pretty cool. On the bottom says First Order Stormtrooper, Shield and Baton said Tamashii Nations and Bandai. The bottom of it is the blah 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 stuff that nobody cares about. The top of it says the same thing as the front. We do get that red streak going along the top and then along the side, and it says the same thing on the side of the box that it does on the front. And then the other side of it says the same thing as well. We do get an image of the figure there. And then the back of the packaging shows a bunch of different poses you can get the figure into, along with some of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Well, let's get this figure open and take a closer look at the Stormtrooper who shouted "traitor!" Alrighty, so taking a closer detailed look, and as I said before, this is just a reuse of the original First Order Stormtrooper. There's nothing different besides the accessories, but like I said, with the original one, they did a nice job on it. The paint seems to be pretty good and clean for the most part. Around the head it looks good, where the black paint is. I don't really see any paint bleeding. The sculpt looks great. There's the neck there, that's all sculpted lines in there, so that's pretty cool. The torso looks good, nice sculpt work. I like the sculpt work up there and the paint there. We get the shoulder pads here. The arms look pretty good. It's just black and white, the entire figure. And there is the back there, nice work on that. And then this piece over here. And then we get these pouches here that are on hinges, so it doesn't hinder leg articulation. Same with these white parts over there. And for the legs here, we get this piece. Just supposed to holster the gun, but you can't do it with the original First Order Stormtrooper, or this one, because he doesn't even come with a gun. And we get the knee pieces right there. Those are sculpted lines around the joints in there. And they sculpted it on the joints too, so that's pretty cool. And the lower legs there, and then the feet. I mean, overall they did a nice job with it. No complaints by me. I really dig the original First Order Stormtrooper, so I'm really digging this one a lot too. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, and this is the big difference between TR-8R and the original First Order Stormtrooper. We do get some interchangeable hands, and then we get the baton and shield. So we do get 6 interchangeable hands, but one of them is molded onto the shield. I'll show you that last. We do get a pair of fists here, and the paint it's pretty good for the most part. I feel like a little more white paint should have been added on the pointer finger there, because you could kind of see the black bleeding through. Same with up around there. It's a little better on the left hand though, so we do get a pair of fists, nice paint and sculpt on them. And then we do get a pair of these open hands here, just like with the original First Order Stormtrooper. Nice paint and sculpt, so nice work on those. And then we do get a right gripping hand for the baton. Nice paint and sculpt on this as well. So we get that, and he holds the baton perfectly fine. And then the last interchangeable hand is connected to the shield, because it is molded onto the strap right there, as you can see. But nice paint and sculpt on the hand and the strap. Some clean paint work there. And I really like the sculpt work. Like, they did sculpt some lines around the straps here. This one goes around his forearm, obviously. But you can see it on the strap that he's gripping onto. So nice work on that. This piece is a black plastic that's connected onto the shield. And then we get this piece up here, which I guess is what they look through. It is a black translucent plastic. As you can see, like my finger going back and forth on it. At first, I just thought it was a glossy black plastic, but it actually is translucent. So I really dig that they did that. But nice work on this side of the shield. Now the outside of the shield looks pretty cool too. It's just pretty much all white. We get a little bit of sculpt work going on there. And then we get these 4 pieces. I have no idea what they are. But they are, it looks like a black plastic, and then they painted white on the ends of them. So very nice work on the shield. And to get them to interchange the shield on the figure is a little annoying, but you can get it done. I mean, it's not an incredibly annoying to do it. It is a little bit challenging though. So we do get those accessories, and then we also get his baton, but we do get 2 separate pieces that you can interchange. So we get this one here that comes, this is how it comes out of the packaging. I guess this is it when it's not in like battle mode. I think that's it when it's in battle mode. But very nice paint and sculpt on this. Paint's nice and clean all throughout it. We get silver around the handle. They sculpted some lines in it. Get some black paint on the end of it right there. Some more black going along there, and then right there. And then on the inside, then we get some silver going around these parts. And the rest of it is white. We do get some silver back there as well. But very nice paint and sculpt on this baton right here. And you can interchange them, as you can see. You just have to line up the tab correctly when you peg it into this side. As you can see the way it's shaped. So we got this one here, and it inserts like that, and then there you go. That's how easy it is to interchange the baton pieces. But this is the battle ready one. Very nice work on it. Paint's nice and clean. Nice around the silver parts and the black part right there. So nice work on that. But like I said before, he holds the baton incredibly well. But really badass weapons, and I do like this First Order Stormtrooper a lot more than the original one. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with this piece. Let's keep moving on with the review. So now for the height of TR-8R, he stands about 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts First Order Stormtrooper figure and the SH Figuarts Captain Phasma figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Darth Maul figure, the SH Figuarts Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker figure, and the SH Figuarts Mace Windu figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakening Warrior Super Saiyan Goku figure and the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta figure. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation. Just like the original First Order Stormtrooper, we do get 1 point at the upper neck and 1 at the lower neck. The upper neck joint, he can pretty much look all the way up, and then he looks down a real good amount, so we get some nice up and down movement there. We get some great pivot, and it does swivel as well. The lower neck joint goes forward and back, does pivot, and it does swivel, and you could do the Knight at the Roxbury. Then we do get a point of articulation under the chest there. It does go forward and back, but if you go too far back, we get some gappage. Same with going forward, you get a really big gap there. We do get some nice pivot, but we do get some gappage as well, and it does swivel. So you just have to be careful how far you articulate the articulation under the chest there to hide the gaps. We do get a point at the waist, goes forward and back. It does pivot a little bit, and it swivels. So we do get some nice movement at the waist and the point of articulation under the chest there. We do get some articulation with the shoulder pads. On the arms, there is a hinge right there. I don't know if you could see it. And then what the shoulder pad is connected to is a ball joint. So you could hinge it back and forth, and then the ball joint, you could pivot it, and then swivel it, and move it up and down as well. So we do get some nice movement at the shoulder pads, just so you don't hinder the arm articulation. We do get a very nice armpit joint with some good circular motion in there. And the arms go out to the side a little more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely good. They do go up and down. We do get the bicep swivel, We get double jointed elbows that bend in a little more than 90 degrees, so that's good. And we do get a little bit of a swivel at the forearm there. And then we get a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. So nice movement on the arms and the wrists. Now for these pieces on the belts, I almost said belts. These pieces right here, these 4 pieces are all on individual hinges, so it doesn't hinder leg articulation. So I like that they did that. And the legs do go up about 90 degrees. They go to the back just a little bit, kick out to the side about 90 degrees, and then we do get the upper thigh swivel. We get double jointed knees that bend back a little bit more than 90 degrees. Now for the ankles, this is probably the biggest downside to the articulation. They do swivel back and forth, but they get hindered by these pieces on the ankles right there, so that kind of sucks. They only go up a little bit, and they pretty much don't go down at all. I think that's the worst part of the articulation. But we do get some very nice pivot at the ankle, so that's probably the best part of the articulation around the ankle. And then we get some toe movement there on a hinge. So we do get some very nice movement with this First Order Stormtrooper. The biggest downside, like I said, is the ankle articulation because it does get hindered, but I am overall satisfied with it. But overall, I do highly recommend this piece. If you have the regular First Order Stormtrooper and you're fine with that, you really don't need to get this one. But if you're a big Star Wars fan and TR-8R is one of your favorite characters, then I do highly suggest you adding this one to your collection. It's really a dope figure. Plus, TR-8R is the most badass Stormtrooper, I think, in Star Wars history, so I do highly recommend this. The only issues I have with this figure is the interchangeable hand that's molded onto the shield. It seems like it's a little fragile, so it feels like it's gonna break, so that's a little nerve-wracking. And then the other one is the hindered ankle articulation. That kind of sucks, but the rest of the movement throughout the entire figure is just awesome. You get some excellent articulation, so I really don't have too many complaints with this piece. The detail was done incredibly well, just like the regular First Order Stormtrooper, and the accessories are so dope. I like them a lot more than the regular First Order Stormtrooper, so I'm very happy now owning TR-8R in my collection. And if you would like to get this figure for your collection, he does retail for about $55-$75 depending on where you purchase it. I got mine from agelessgeeks.com. I think he still has them in stock, so you could check over on his website, or you could join the Ageless Geeks Facebook group. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts First Order Stormtrooper Shield and Baton set, or TR-8R figure. Hope you enjoyed my review. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and favorite the video too, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching, I will see you later! So the figure comes in similar style package. See, we get some images instead. It says S8. Oh shit! It says the same thing as the front, and we get that cool little red. Like I just said, we do get some images. And then the back of the packaging shows the bottom of it is the barcode. Oh no, there is no barcode. Whoops. And like I said before, this is just a reuse of the